Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at how Druva's InSync data protection platform protects your Microsoft 365 environment. So why is protecting your 365 important? I think among many other reasons, Microsoft's shared responsibility model and your 365 EULA state it clearly, right? Microsoft is not responsible for your content, right? It is yours. And that being the case too, we here at Druva, we do not have access to or store any of the encryption keys that are used during the protection process, right? And that's to ensure that only you and your organization have access to your backups, right? Nor can we log into your 365 tenant and in any way and access your content. All right, so now let's just take a look at our InSync for Microsoft 365. Now, InSync's data protection extends to your users' devices as well as to other SaaS platforms like G Suite and Salesforce. Okay. After you have granted InSync access to your 365 tenant, you can immediately begin protecting your 365 app content. So InSync protects Exchange, OneDrive, public folders, SharePoint, and Microsoft Teams. So for Exchange specifically, right, you can back up and protect your users' emails manually or on a schedule, right? We protect the email, a user's online archived, also shared mailboxes, and even recoverable items as well. Now, restoring allows you to restore to a point in time, as well as line item restore flexibility. And when you're doing that, you can also choose to restore an email to that same user or back to a different user or even download some of the messages. Now you have additional control by using profiles, right, with your users. So your admins can create different groups, right, with very specific parameters. So you can control, as an example, for your accounting department that might be in the UK, right, you might have a regulatory requirement that states you have to save that users or all of those users' information in a region in the UK versus in the United States. Right, from a compliance perspective, your legal department might want you to have everyone in your executive staff on legal hold at all times, right? Whereas you also might be able to create a profile that says, hey, I want to exclude these users from backups. Now, if we take a look at our SharePoint backup and restore, right, you have the ability very specifically to create a schedule or manually back it up, right? You can back it up once a week or multiple times, right? I think 2 times a day, once or twice a day, I should say. And with the restore capability, right, you're able to restore down to a line item as well, right? If you only need to restore sites permissions, you can do that, right? You have that flexibility. As a 365 admin, I can't tell you how important that was for me to be able to have, to restore a file, a folder, an entire site, or even, particular libraries within a site collection. Now, if your organization needs to protect your Microsoft Teams, right, it's very similar to your SharePoint. You can configure it to have it once a day or multiple times a day, right? And very specifically, we protect the team settings, the channels and chat, and wiki content. While your restore options very specifically allow you to restore to the same team or to an existing team or even back to a new team. All right. Please feel free to request a one-on-one demo or even just go ahead and schedule a proof of concept. And let's get to protecting your information.